all of our listeners on the New U 975 FM Multicultural Radio, to all of our viewers on Synergy TV, all of our viewers on the Caribbean Showtime Television in Canada, Facebook and YouTube, a very warm welcome to another edition of the program, Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelisa Budusing Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy, absorb, get your pen, get your paper out. It's going to be another fantastic Friday. You're going to be in awe. Get your phone so you could store numbers that will be helpful for you and your loved ones. In master control and directing this morning, Akua George, we'd like to wish each and every one of you a fantastic Friday, a great Friday, a day and time we'll never have the opportunity to have again. It's Friday the 17th of March 2023. Akua George, I have a message for you from one of our loyal and ardent viewers. This is Carmen in, she's there in Maraval. She sent me a message this morning to let you know that the quotes that you post, she writes them down in a notebook every day and revises them. That's how we're touching lives with our quotes. So let's go to our quote for today, coming to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo. And it says, it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, the ability to triumph begins with you always. My God. Do you know, Master Eric and I were basically talking about this
right before this?
I can't. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. The ability to triumph begins with you always. It's about you, the power of your mind, your goals, your attitude towards success or failure in life. You are in control. That came to us with the kind compliments of the Fab India Expo. They're starting tomorrow. They're opening tomorrow. Check them out. All right. Thank you so much, Akua. Before I introduce Master Eric, I would like to share some information with both my viewers near and far and those of you listening, our listeners. I've been awarded an invitation from the government of India to attend a conference for journalists, senior journalists across the world. 4 journalists were chosen from Trinidad. I was one of them. So I'll be going off to first Panama, Holland, Delhi, Pune, Agra, and then Mumbai, and then back to Trinidad. But it's not going to be a holiday or fundraising. Well, it's going to be nice, enlightening. You get to meet journalists from senior journalists from around the world. So that's going to be great. And we're going to be really busy. I've seen the itinerary already and it's packed. But I'm going to also try to connect with our listeners on radio so that we could do little interviews within, so you'll have an idea of what's happening. So I'll be out for a while, just to let you know, just a week. But I'll be back with the grace of God, enriched and empowered, right? So let's say good morning to the management and staff of the offices of Master Eric. And telephone contact numbers are 354-44594-977-226. So our program this morning, coming to us with the kind compliments of oats. It's really easy to remember. Oats, when we think of oats, it's healthy, yeah? So it's Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited. They are located 78 Monroe Road in Cunupare. That's a location in Cunupare, and opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Telephone contact numbers are for your health scans or spiritual help, 354-445-997-7226. Let's say Sitaram, Namaste, Assalamu Alaikum, Sairam, and a warm welcome to Master Eric.
Thank you, Zelisa. And also Sitaram, Assalamu Alaikum, Sairam, and good morning, everyone. So that quote, we was talking about it right before the program.
Unbelievable. That's exactly what we were talking about.
You know what that's called? Confirmation.
It is, isn't it? It's true.
Yeah, it's confirmation.
Great.
You know, so, but Zelisa, I want to say, you know, your viewers, your listeners, I like how they're starting to gravitate and they're actually listening. They're actually trying to apply certain things. Even with your other programs during the week, they're taking the positives of everything.
Yeah.
And they're actually trying to apply it to their life.
Great, and I'm happy
And
to
it's
hear
great.
that.
I
We've
love
been
it.
getting
I love
great
hearing it.
reviews. I know the program has grown from strength to strength. We've really, in terms of helping to transform lives, we're doing
Yeah.
that, and we're really trying to partner with the right people to do that as well.
Right. Positive. Positive
Exactly
people.
what we were talking about.
But, Zelisa, we really had a very important show last week, program. And I was kind of glad you kind of want to go into it again a little bit today.
The reason, Master Eric, is because of the overwhelming response I got personally. When I say that, I mean messages or calls from both viewers and listeners. I mean, I was
Yeah.
like, I didn't realize that people, you see, it is something we think it's sensitive, and it's something we don't want to talk about. We shoo and talk about it behind closed doors or in the confinement. But people are yearning. Did you not see that with the messages that we were getting?
Yeah.
They are yearning
Yeah.
to find out more, to understand more. I mean, when you have messages of people talking about priests or imams or pundits who are gay and they are performing religious duties,
Correct.
or even weddings or things that becomes very personal, then of course you're going to be concerned. Of course you're going to ask questions. But who are you going to ask?
Well, but the question is, Zelisa, why is anything so sensitive? I was always taught that no question is a stupid question.
No question is a stupid
And-
question. And I'll say this, when I used to lecture at IBC, Institute of Broadcasting Careers, I lectured there for some years, right? And I would teach broadcasting. The first thing when I walked in front of my class or every new class, I would say to them, listen to me carefully. There is no question that is a stupid question.
Correct.
Ask and you shall receive. The reason is you are seeking an answer. It may be stupid to whoever, but it's not stupid to you because you are seeking answers. So always be open to ask.
So the thing is, one thing that people saw last week, we're not against
No,
anybody that does this.
No, that is your choice.
What
your
we're talking
personal
about,
choice.
what we're talking about, a normal person, that's a free will of choice. God gave that to everybody.
That's your bedroom business. Leave it. That's nobody's business.
But then we were talking about what does the scripture say
Correct.
for a spiritual leader and that category. And is it right for a spiritual leader to conduct and do the rites and ceremonies and teachings and preachings of the Gospels in that capacity?
Oh, Master Eric, even
This is
to
what
be-
we're looking at.
Even to be a guru or teacher to your children.
Right. And this is what people was starting to respond to, because why is it such a sticky subject and touchy? It shouldn't be. All we're doing is actually advising people and let them look for themselves. We never give our personal point of views. We give the spiritual point of view. Now, Zelisa, what I wanted to touch on, I know a couple of them, they came back. Now, some people that end up saying if they're a male or a female, and they say ever since, as far as they could remember, they didn't connect with the way they were as a man or a
Right.
woman.
There is something that sometimes I look at it alone. I don't allow my daughter to look at it. On television, international, I Am Jazz, where there is a young guy. I mean, I've watched him over the years, transformed from a guy, from a son to a daughter, total acceptance, did the operation and everything, the whole transition, okay? And that, in as much as you would have said that, that's why I said that, because there are many people who feel, and you would have had conversations with them, they just don't feel who they are, they don't feel right, but they feel comfortable otherwise, you know. And that's why when you said that, there are people who, is it that they were born and something is wrong, and so a man is yearning to be, because I would have met many men who are very feminine, but you know, they're married with children, they speak feminine, they're doing more.
But they're not,
but
they're still
not.
straight.
Yeah, they're married and they have kids, but
Now,
they just have that, you know.
So Zelisa, I want to get into this a little bit because I want to let you know from a spiritual point of view.
Please.
Now, if those people out here that believe in reincarnation, they believe that they're going to be reborn after they're fully purified, and actually after they've fulfilled and you know, paid for the deeds you've done and everything else. Now, there are cases, and I'm not saying all are these cases, where when you die, remember, your body goes from the astral form to the spiritual form. And then as it's in the spiritual form, before you can reach your final destination, you start getting purified. All the remnants, everything that your soul has encountered, you start to purify. As you get purified, you get younger. Okay? Now, they say in the ancient that by the time you're fully purified, you are at a baby stage. That's why when you see people that have near-death experiences and they see the light, and then some say they'll see their relatives or ancestors, but they all say, but they look younger than when they died. The reason is they're being purified.
Oh.
Right? Now, in reincarnation, they believe that in our last life, you could have been my aunt, or you could have been my uncle. You might have been a man instead of a female. Now, no, I want you to listen. We are not who we are in every lifetime, right? So
may I ask it, is that why some women are stronger, or they're more
traits can come across.
Oh, that's what I
Now,
meant. Or some women, oh good.
Now,
Right.
I want you to understand.
Uh-huh.
Now, during the purification process, there are rare cases where an individual is not fully purified. So now, those, when they are born, let's say they were a female in their last life, it is a great possibility that they will have that same feelings inside when they're born as a man in this life.
Why would they not be fully purified?
Well, it's just
for what
like-
reason? For what reason?
They slip through the crack. Now, I don't know the assembly process line
Okay.
that God has all the way up.
Right.
I'm just saying what is written.
Okay.
Now, just like when we proved,
Yeah.
and I was trained by my guru, and then my guru told me,
Yeah.
he said, there are people where their soul is not fully purified, and they're reborn back on earth. So last year when we had the program,
Yeah.
I stated to people, I grew up as a Christian.
Right.
And when I grew up, they didn't really believe in reincarnation. They really didn't talk too much about it, right? But when this happened, my guru said he's never seen it. But when that little boy came to my office, I experienced it. And I proved it.
And we'll talk about it right after this break.
Okay, no problem.
And I've perhaps now a lot of the questions I would have about you, to understand you a little bit, I understand now. I know that you adore Lord Shiv.
Oh, I love Lord Shiva.
Yeah.
You know,
and
I
you
love
have
Allah.
And you have an
I love
affiliation
God.
to Lord Ganesh as well.
I have everybody
yeah.
in my office.
But born into a Christian home, you follow what I'm saying? Born into a Christian home, having the teaching, you are ordained, you could get me married if I have to
I could marry you. I could do your funeral.
Somebody.
Yes.
Yes, good. All right, let's go to these messages. But first, reminding you our program today coming to us with the kind compliments of Oats, that's Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited. They are located LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupia and opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459-497-7226. Let's go to these messages.
Welcome to Oats, Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, the future of healthcare, which provides full body scans which we detect and treat cancer, tumors, all heart conditions, cysts, fibroids, dementia, Parkinson's, just to name a few. No radiation and medication is not needed. If you are tired of getting no results, call us at 354-4459 or 356-7226.
Fab India Expo at the White Tent opposite Medford Gas Station, Shogunas, starting from Saturday, March 18th. Get high fashion ethnic garments, regular temple wear, or even outfits to attend a wedding, Indian or Western footwear, bridal or fashion jewelry, furniture, home decor, puja items, musical instruments, curtains, home furnishings including table runners, rugs, carpets and so much more. Unlimited variety at Fab India Expo opposite Medford Gas Station, Shogunas from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
The Mid-Center Mall Mid-Year Flea Market, the 6th to the 30th of May, catering for Mother's Day and Indian arrival. Booths start at 4,000. Contact 340-6565 or 299-5862. Book your booths now.
Super quality supermarket. Best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Hoover Car Park, Hoover, 98 Endeavour Road, Shogunas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trincity. Super Quality Supermarket. Eden Heights Clinic. Live blood analysis with instant results. Colon hydrotherapy, ozone therapy, prolozone therapy, complete detox, weight loss, oxygen baths, diet and nutritional programs, supplements and health foods, treatment for all lifestyle diseases, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, men and women issues and much more at Eden Heights Clinic, 13 Montague Avenue, Trincity. 763-5292-640-8985. Visit Agri Savers Limited, number 19 Orange Grove Trace, St. Augustine, for all your agriculture, livestock, pet, agri-equipment, hydroponics, cannabis, fishing tackle supplies and much more. Open Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Contact 473-6074, 663-1094. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
There you go. You're on.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelisa. Our program coming to us with the kind compliments of Oats, Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupia, and opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Their telephone contact numbers for your body scan and the health aspect of it would be 354-4459 and 497-7226. But if you also need spiritual help, please feel free to call them, make an appointment. You'll get to meet Master Eric one-on-one and see how he can help you regain your happiness and your peace. Welcome back, Master Eric. If you'll allow me to please share the contact numbers in case somebody would like to send a message, a WhatsApp message. If you have messages that you would like us to, you want to ask a question, 3847142. That's 3847142. Questions, concerns, WhatsApp 3847142. I will read it to you, Master, and you will respond.
Sure.
Welcome back.
Now, while we were talking about when the little boy came to me, I remember my guru was telling me about this, but like I said before the break, he said he never witnessed it before. And I said it before in your program, but when the mother called and said, my 4-year-old boy is not listening. So I said, okay, bring him. She goes, I don't think you understand. He runs the whole family. And I'm like, okay, bring him. So I'm thinking maybe he's a spoiled or maybe he's unruly.
Right.
And when he walked into the office, Zelisa, this is exactly how he talked. There was a knock on the door.
Right.
It wasn't the father knocking on the door.
Right.
He had to stand in front of the father. He knocked on the door. When I opened, here's this little 4-year-old boy. And he looked at me and said, okay, where do we go? Where do we go to prove to them who I am? He said, they're so stupid.
What?
This is exactly how he talked. And so I'm looking at him and I said, okay, go down the hall, last room on the right. So we go in. He flopped down, crossed his arms. He said, okay, do what you have to do.
He told you this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is how fast.
What are you thinking in your mind when you are seeing this child behave or speak like this?
This is not normal.
Okay.
Okay. So I told the little boy and I told the mother and father, I said, I just want to take my thumb and touch his third eye. That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
And when I did, my fingers started to burn. Got real hot. So I pulled back. And he says, now can you tell him who I am? And so I said, okay, why don't you go up front and you could watch TV and I want to talk to your parents.
Okay.
Right? So he goes up front. So I'm talking to the parents and I'm explaining why he is the way he is.
Yeah.
So every night he kicked his father out of bed. He would lay in bed with his mother and have her sap Bayrum on his joints and his head every night.
That's what he wants.
And he would dictate what for people to do. Now, he was where he slipped through the cracks during purification. He was reborn as a 40-year-old man in a young body.
Yeah, but he's not to be blamed for that.
No, it's not his fault.
Yeah.
He can't go to school.
Why?
He already knows it. They've tested him. He knows it. Now, here's the next thing. So why I'm talking to the family in the room, there was a woman that worked in front. And this is what he did. He went down the hallway. The father watched him as he's going down the hallway before I talked to him. And when he saw her, this is what he did, Zelisa. He watched me from head to toe, and he went, hey, you're looking good. Right? Now, she don't know what's going on in the back.
Yeah.
She said, what did you say?
Yeah, yeah.
He goes, you're looking good. Right? And she goes, what? He goes, let's go out. She goes, you can't drive. He said, I'll hire a taxi. right? So look at the frustration of that 40-year-old inside a 4-year-old body. It's frustrating for him. But the bad thing is he wouldn't live over to be 20 years old. So this is the sad part of that. But what I'm trying to say, that proved to me, and there are many cases, like in India, when the guy had a business dispute against his partner. The partner shot him in the chest with a gun, killed him. 5 years later, he shot him in the chest, and he took a machete before he shot him and cut 3 fingers off, these 3 fingers, right? Then he shot him. 5 years later, in the same village, a baby was born without these 3 fingers and a big birthmark on the chest. When the kid turned 5 years old, the father was sent down because kids were making fun and he was missing his fingers and everything. And the father was telling him he's special, that God brought him this way and tried to make him feel better. And the little boy said, "No, I come here to tell you who killed me." And do you know that was one of the cases that was actually, from the evidence the little boy gave, actually convicted the man? So what I'm saying, there are cases that prove sometimes a soul will be reborn, but they're still attached to the past. And remember the past. They are still that person. So there are cases where if people want to be, and they feel like they're a woman, but they're a man, and vice versa, that can legitly happen. But then, we have some that are influenced.
A little vice.
And
now.
seduced to be that way. Right? That's different. Some people also become that way because it's part of a society circle that they're in. And then there are people, even spiritual leaders, that uses their position to seduce and entice people
Master
to
Eric,
go into that.
how would you explain then deja vu? You know, sometimes you feel, I've been here, I've seen you, I did this. How would you explain that? What is that?
Okay, what that is it depends where the deja vu happened and whatever. But a lot of times, you can dream and you're going to have foresight. You will dream it, and then in a short period of time, you're living it.
And that's where you feel
exactly what you saw.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
where
one way.
you connect and you that's understood.
Right. Now, there is other people that are gifted, which they have foresight, but they also have a connection. And the connection is, a lot of times, God will download information in you while you're asleep. So I'll use myself as an example. Not all the time, but once in a while, when I wake up in the morning, my wife will look at me and say, "Boy, you look tired." I said, "I didn't get no sleep." And the reason is, God is downloading, but it's so fast, I can't tell what's being downloaded. And when my guru taught me, he said, God is giving you information, he's giving you knowledge to mature when that situation comes. So you'll know what to do. Now, I want people to understand that as a spiritual leader, we have tremendous amount of responsibility and accountability. And if we have drifted, and we are in this capacity, what we're talking about today, right? You have to be so careful not to change someone else to become like you. There are tremendous karma repercussions in that. I said on your show a year and a half ago, and I said there is physical rape, there is mental rape, there is physical rape, and there is spiritual rape. And
Yes,
spiritual rape
You did.
is where you as a spiritual leader uses your position, your status, to entice other people to be a certain way that is away from their path.
I want you to hold that thought because that happens very often.
All the time.
And especially it happens where you have those that prey on the vulnerable or the innocent ones.
Correct.
The ones that are, you know.
For their own benefit.
Exactly.
That's what we're going to get into.
This program is coming to us with the kind compliments of Oats, Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, LP 78, Monroe Road in Cunupia, and opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. You can visit Master Eric, whether it's for spiritual help or if you want to get one of the medical scans and have your health checked in order. 354-4459, 497-7226. Those numbers again, especially for the radio, because you're on television, you can see the numbers, but for those that are listening, 354-4459, 497-7226. Let's go to these messages.
Welcome to OATS, Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, the future of healthcare, which provides full body scans, which we detect and treat cancer, tumors, all heart conditions, cysts, fibroids, dementia, Parkinson's, just to name a few. No radiation and medication is not needed. If you are tired of getting no results, call us at 354-4459 or 356-7226.
Everything used to irritate me. Politics, the lack of manners these days, remembering passwords, honestly. Even my milk drink, that used to really irritate me. Well, my tummy at least. Not now though. I've gone goat. It's mild on my insides, much better. Still thoroughly irritated by politics though, and global warming. Why don't more people bike like me? I don't drive. I don't even have a license.
Baby steps toddler. Go gentle. Go goat.
Baby Steps Goat Milk, available at Eden Heights Clinic, leading pharmacies and supermarkets throughout Trinidad and Tobago. For wholesale inquiries, contact 640-8985, 493-9196.
Welcome to the Antediluvian Nature Center of Life Extension and Health Recovery. Coming from the Garden of Eden, the Antediluvian Nature Center brings to you breakthrough medicines and anti-aging technologies for all ailments and diseases in the body, nutritional therapies, naturopathic treatments, as we create opportunities of hope and celebrate longevity. And remember, the healing is from God.
This is Full 100, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then get Full 100. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.
The Community Justice Clinic is a collaborative initiative between the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and several attorneys to provide free legal service to the public as it relates to matrimonial grievances, domestic violence, divorce, custody, access, maintenance, and non-criminal matters. This clinic is held the last Saturday of each month at various venues all over the country. On Saturday, 25th March, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., we will be at the Beach RC Primary School, Borrell Street, Beach, and at the Bon Air Gardens Community Center, Emperor Boulevard, Bon Air Gardens, Aruca. No registration is required. For further information, please call 689-0044. Take advantage of the free service being offered and stay tuned for our 10 locations in April.
Touching a Life Foundation for Kids. Annual charity, dinner and cultural extravaganza on Saturday, March 25th, 2023 at Diwali Nagar site at 5:30 p.m. Bollywood singing and dances by MGICC and performances by popular guest artists. Sponsor an orphan child. RSVP 785-7773.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelisa. I'm in conversation with Master Eric. Our program coming to us with the kind compliments of Oats Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited. They are located 78 Monroe Road in Cunupia and opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459 4977226. Master, if you'll allow me to please read this that came in.
Okay.
And let me say a very good morning and a great day going out to that ever beautiful Renuka. Good morning, Zelisa and Master Eric. There's also a silent attack on people through their food and water and chemicals being sprayed in the air, especially in the US. There was a study done on frogs where they gave them the water that runs out of everyone's pipes and all the frogs became gay. Now, this is based on research, not talking from the top of her head, and I want you to know that, right? There are hormones, disruptors in everything. The food, water, chemicals sprayed in the air, your lotion, detergent, fabric softener, dish soap, everything. A good rule of thumb is if a product has a commercial, then it is a good, clear sign to stay away from it. Thank you so much, Renuka.
You know, that is a very definite statement. Even some of the hormones and everything we're pumping into the chickens and everything that we're pumping into the foods to make them grow, the hormones, and we're actually trying to make them grow quicker. And then people that eat these foods all the time, you start seeing that they're developing breast.
And not just like your daughters, your sons as well. There are men that develop breasts as well.
So that's a very clear statement. You know, now, what I wanted to get into is everybody when you're born, your life is written. Now, when a person is born, your job is to try to remember the promise you made God before you were born. What are you going to fulfill in your life? What is your purpose? Now, let's say a young boy or a young girl. Now, as you're growing up until you get to about 16, 17, even then you're learning. But you are soaking everything up like a sponge. You're watching what your parents do. You're watching what your teachers say. You're learning. You're actually growing and developing. Now, during that development time, now somebody comes in within their life and they like that little boy or that little girl. And now they're trying to sway through charisma, their position. And let me teach you in XYZ. Now, Zelisa, this is where the problem starts. Now, when somebody influences somebody that's pure, And now they're trying to bring that person into them for their own gratification. Do you know what the karma effect is of that? What they call good deeds, bad deeds? Now let me explain.
Well, when you take God
and
no,
use
when,
God
when you think about
in this
it,
way.
When you think God out of your thoughts and interfere with young children.
Zelisa, we're going to get, because I proved to you during the break that, and you actually heard from the person
Yeah, yeah.
that one tried to get their son.
Yeah.
Okay, this is no joke.
And somebody
this
who
is
is supposed
happening.
to be, and somebody
Okay?
who is supposed to be a man of cloth or spiritual person.
Right.
It's annoying.
Now, let's look at the good deeds, bad deeds, the karma. So let's say that little boy or girl.
Yes, because it happened
Right.
to sons and daughters.
Correct. So they were predestined to have 3 children and to get married. And those children were going to have 2 children each. Let's say that was their life that was written. But because one person interferes and switches that person off their path at that innocent age, has stopped that chain reaction of the future generations.
You know, that's true.
Do you know how much karma from that person that actually influenced that little boy or girl, he has just wiped out all future generations of that child?
That's very true.
And,
thought of it that way,
and
it's true.
that's off the charge. So I couldn't even guess what the penalty would be. That's up to God. That's not up to us. But what I'm trying to say, that's spiritual rape. That's where you're using your position, your influence, by how you conduct, to change somebody for your own pleasure and benefit.
It's disturbing to find out. It's disturbing.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad and it's sickening, right? But
I mean, if you choose to be like that, and you want to be like that with
that's
somebody
different.
who is like that, then that's fine. But when you interfere with people, innocent children,
using your position, this is what I'm trying to say. Because everyone knows what the scriptures say. Okay? But here's the funny part, Zelisa. You'll hear people in every belief, they'll read their scripture, but they conveniently leave those parts out. They conveniently.
well, why would they want to expose, you know?
No, but now, here's the next karma that wraps up into this karma. So let's say this is happening and he's influencing a young child and he's getting them right where they want to be. But people that go to that worship place, they know this is happening. And they don't say something or act on it. You've just inherited that karma too.
Ah.
Right. This is what I want people to understand.
Okay.
Okay?
Understood.
It's like we were
You
robbing
stand
a
up and
bank.
see-
Let's
yeah,
say me and
yeah,
you were robbing a
yeah,
bank.
Yeah.
You're the driver.
Yeah.
I went in to rob the bank.
Right.
But you know I'm robbing the bank.
Yeah.
Now we get caught. You know you're going to be accessory to the crime.
Yeah.
Same thing
Okay.
in the spiritual world.
So it's like you know somebody getting raped every night, and you're doing absolutely nothing about it.
Correct.
You're damn well
You
will get-
are accepting that. You are part
You're
of that
part
act.
of it because you're encouraging it by not trying to stop it.
Correct. So it is an individual's duty when you see something not right, especially in being spiritual,
Yeah.
you have to
horrible.
stand up
This is not right.
and question. You know, Zelisa, now, when we start looking at life, we should look at nature. And I mentioned it last week. Are humans, are we different than animals? We think we're above animals. We think we're smarter than animals. We think we could defend and everything better than an animal. But you don't see animals and nature do this. You know, I'm not against the person. I'm against the principle of spirituality, a person of cloth, doing this and bringing younger people into this mess when the person was innocent. They didn't know better.
You know, you can't help but be a little upset with
Now,
Peter. We've got to take a quick break, Master.
Okay.
Our program coming to us with the kind compliments of Oates Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited. They are located LP 78 Monroe Road in Kunape and opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459 497-7226. So remember to check them out for the health aspect for that body scan, or if you have a problem that is of a spiritual nature, or you need advice, or you need some counseling, then give them a call and speak with Master Eric one-on-one. All right, let's go to these messages.
Welcome to Oates Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, the future of healthcare, which provides full body scans, which we detect and treat cancer, tumors, all heart conditions, cysts, fibroids, dementia, Parkinson's, just to name a few. No radiation and medication is not needed. If you are tired of getting no results, call us at 354-4459 or 356-7226.
Fabindia Expo at the White Tent opposite Medford Gas Station, Shogunas, starting from Saturday, March 18th. Get high fashion ethnic garments, regular temple wear, or even outfits to attend a wedding, Indian or Western footwear, bridal or fashion jewelry, furniture, home decor, puja items, musical instruments, curtains, home furnishings including table runners, rugs, carpets and so much more. Unlimited variety at Fabindia Expo opposite Medford Gas Station, Shogunas from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
The Mid-Center Mall Mid-Year Flea Market, the 6th to the 30th of May, catering for Mother's Day and Indian arrival. Booths start at 4,000. Contact 340-6565 or 299-5862. Book your booths now.
Super quality supermarket. Best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Couva Car Park, Couva, 98 Endeavour Road, Shogunas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trincity. Super Quality Supermarket.
Agni Puja and Gift Shop, home to an extensive array of fine jewelry, books, authentic saris and all your puja needs. Telephone 669-5058, located at Caroni North Bank Road, St. Helena.
The Socially Displaced Restoration Center, SDRC, is a non-profit company that serves the socially displaced persons who live on the streets of Couva. Our mission is to establish an overnight shelter with rehab services to house them. Pending this establishment, we have been doing weekly food distributions every Friday evening for the past 2 years and continuing. We, the SDRC, also host a care day every 2 months, partnering with the Couva Tabaki Talparo Regional Corporation to use the Ancient Alley Promenade in Couva with the support of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Central Division for our safety, where we erect a temporary shower to provide the homeless who live on the streets of Couva with the opportunity to have a shower, receive clean clothing, obtain medical attention with our volunteer doctors and nurses, and where they can have their grooming and barbering needs addressed. We are a company supported by the community and based on volunteerism. Every donation to this humanitarian endeavor is appreciated. Please contact us to sponsor a meal or make a donation. Let us pause to remember to give the gift of love and kindness to a community that is often forgotten.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelisa, in conversation with Master Eric today, coming to us with the kind compliments of Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, located LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupare, opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459 497-7226. Welcome back, Master Eric. Our time is really limited. I need to ask this question, and that is, if you got married, you're happily married, you have children, and then you find out that your partner is cheating with someone of the same sex, how is that? Talk to us about that.
Well, it runs in the same category. When you made that pledge to the one that you married, isn't that pledge that you will honor, obey, cherish until death do you part?
Right.
Right. Now, we'll skip all that. You made a bond. You made a promise, no matter what religion you have, in front of God. So now you've just betrayed that. Now, you got a double whammy, just like with the little boy or girl is that now you failed at your duty of your spouse. You failed your duty as the father. Now you've committed adultery in that way. So,
and we already know adultery already bad.
Right. Now, adultery in the ancient scriptures, for every act that you do, there's 500-year penalty. So people don't even understand the consequences of actions. So this is why Zelisa, not tonight,
oh good,
but next week.
But you know,
go ahead.
You know what I'm thinking, Master Eric?
What's that?
We now talk about adultery and how bad it is. What about people who are promiscuous with regards to having, they have 3 and 4 different outside people?
Well, that means they're going to be happy where they're going to be going for a long time. I want you to understand, for every act, Zelisa, is 500 years. So how many acts are people doing? Now, this was a discussion yesterday at the clinic. And a couple people just laugh and say, oh God, boy, we're going to have a big hell just for Trinidad. Right? Because it's rampant.
It is.
People,
it's really terrible. Eh?
People are taking this. They're taking this sacred bond.
Very, very serious.
They're taking this sacred bond very lightly.
It's not a joke. It's very serious.
And so, but this is why, Zelisa, next week, I mean, listen tonight, but next week, we're going to emphasize again because people are not thinking. We're going to have the podcast. earth crimes versus sins.
Huh.
What is allowed on earth that is not a crime, but it's a deadly sin?
Huh.
Okay?
Good. A good enough reason. Allow me to read this. Love and blessings to Zelisa and Master Eric. Can deja vu happen during your daytime subconscious as you go about your day that causes you to have your nightly dreams? And does the birthmark on your body represent information about who you were in a past life to who and how you are now?
Yes, it does. Most
Wow.
definitely. You know what might be interesting if we have a program on that too?
I would love to have
Because
a program
I love
on
it that the public is steering
Yeah.
how we should proceed.
Yeah.
Because these are all signs, Zelisa. And yes, I want you to understand that one of the dream states, the first dream state that you're in, is in the waking state. So as you are in your daily routine, that is also classed as a dream state. That's the lightest dream state. And yes, deja vu can come within that state as you are actually doing and conducting your daily routine.
Wow.
And then you go into state 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, have you heard people when you say, how'd you sleep? Did you dream? And they'll say, boy, I never dream anything.
Yeah.
Right? Now you're in the dream state 3.
Yeah.
Now, dream state 3 is where your physical mind starts to slow down almost to zero. And now your subconscious mind is starting to come within that range. When you go to dream state 4 is where you are lifting out of your body, your soul. Have you ever heard people say, or maybe it's happened to you, everybody, it's happened once, at least.
What is this?
Where you're asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden you woke up with a jolt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? That's when your soul is coming back into your body. Okay?
Really?
I want people to understand that when you get to dream state 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, your soul leaves your body, communicates, gets instructions, everything. And then it comes back down in.
So if you have a sudden feeling as if you're going to fall and you're just like that in a sleep, it's when your soul re-enters your body.
Not all the time. Not that you're dreaming that you're falling. When you wake up with a sudden jolt, okay? A lot of times that's when your soul's returning back into you. And I think we need to have more programs on that.
I would love to have a program
because
on
it
that.
mixes in with the dream state.
Yeah.
And how your subconscious mind even links into the super consciousness.
Yeah.
And what is the actual links and the transformations and the process that all this happens at one time. But I don't want to drift too far off of this subject.
We've got 2 minutes.
I got 2 minutes left. All I'm saying, next week, not tonight, tonight you'll hear the podcast, but next week we're going to derive off of this. Because one question you have to ask yourself, does God obey man's law or does he recognize his law? What man has deemed not a crime
Yeah.
could be a drastic sin.
Good questions to leave us with. We wait in anticipation for the answers. Thank you so much. God bless you. Be safe. We look forward to you joining us again.
Not a problem.
Yeah, this is where we've got to wrap things up. Reminding you, our program today came to us with the kind compliments of Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupere and opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Those telephone numbers extremely important. Write it down, save it, Master Eric. 354-4459, 497-7226. Be kind, be good, be giving, respect the law of the land. Here's reminding you that with God, all things are possible. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Be safe, be blessed, and thanks for choosing us.